Hello mga math-enthusiast! Welcome back sa ating YouTube channel kung saan ang math ay mas pinadadali at mas minamahal. For today's video, ito na yung part 3 ng ating operations of radicals. Sana dito matapos na to kasi medyo mahaba. Nakatatlong part tayo. Medyo madami naman kasing given. 10. Tapos sa 10 na yun, 4 yung isosolve natin, no? Ngayon, kung nauna mo itong makita bago yung part 1 and part 2, stop ka ulit. Punta ka muna sa part 1 para tuloy-tuloy ang inyong pagkatuto. Pero bago ko simulan ng video na ito, siguraduhin na munang napindot nyo na dyan ang like button. O, pindutin na. At syempre, kung bago ka pa lang sa aming YouTube channel, pindutin mo na rin ang subscribe button. At i-hit mo na rin ang notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga videos na i-upload ko. Okay na? Okay na. So, let's have number 7 to 10. Sana dito matapos na natin ito. Okay, so we have here the square root of 24 and then the square root of 54. Kung titingnan nyo, wala ulit tayong clue kasi parehong kailangan pa nating i-reduce yung radicand nila. Pero alam naman natin na itong mga to ay may factors na meron ding perfect square. So, start natin with 24. Okay, we have here the square root of 24. Ang isang factor ni 24 na perfect square or merong square root ay 4. So, we will have here 6 times 4. Kasi 6 times 4 is 24 and then yung 4 may square root siya. So, ano ang square root ng 4? 2. Kaya si 2 lalabas, maiiwan sa loob sino? Si 6 kasi wala siyang square root. So, eto na yung para sa 24 ninyo. Ngayon, para sa 54, may clue na kayo. Dapat yung isang factor ng 54 ay 6 din para maging similar sila, di ba? So, we will have here square root of 54 is equal to 6 times. Saan kayo multiply si 6 para maging 54? Si 9. At si 9, perfect square din siya, di ba? So, may square root siya, which is 3. Kaya si 3, ilalabas natin, ang matitira sa loob ay si square root of 6. So, meron ka na ditong 2 square root of 6 and then 3 square root of 6. Yan na yung dalawa mong radicals. Okay, for letter A, we have to have the sum, di ba? So, i-add natin 2 square root of 6 plus 3 square root of 6. I-add yung mga number 2 plus 3 and then we have square root of 6. Okay, ganyan yung procedure na gawin ninyo para hindi na kayo malilito. Di ba kasi baka mamaya iniisip nyo, ina-add ba yung square root of 6? No, ha? So, we have here 2 plus 3, you have 5, and then copy lang to. Square root of 6. Ayan na. For letter B, we have to subtract the first radical from the second radical. So, you will have here 3 square root of 6 minus 2 square root of 6, which is equal to 3 minus 2 multiplied by square root of 6. Ito yun. So, what is 3 minus 2? That's 1 na hindi na natin sinusulat katulad ng sinabi ko dun sa isa pang video natin, ha? Kasi, obvious naman na kapag walang number, 1 yan. Okay? So, the only answer that you'll write there is, ito lang, square root of 6. And then, for the product, which is very easy also, okay, we have here, 3 square root of 6 times 2 square root of 6. So, eto muna ang mga number dito. So, 3 times 2, times square root of 6 times the square root of 6. So, 3 times 2 is 6. Square root of 6 times the square root of 6 is square root of 36. Pero alam nyo na may square root ang 36. Ano? Ang square root niyan ay 6. So, i-multiply nyo rin siya dun sa number sa labas. Oops, ano nangyari dito? Teka, itaas ko lang. Okay, so, ayan. Kaya magiging 6 times 6. And 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, for letter D, we have division. Okay, how do we divide this one? We have second radical by the first radical. Ano ba yung second radical natin? We have 3 square root of 6. We have here 3 square root of 6 over 2 square root of 6. So, cancel lang ito. Then, you will have 3 over 2. Okay na tong sagot na to, ha? Kung may nagtatanong, ma'am, pwede po bang decimal? Wag na kayong mag-decimal. Okay na to. Tapos, yung mga nagtatanong, anak, sa multiplication, saka sa addition, kahit sino ang mauna, okay lang. Pareho ang sagot, ha? Sa subtraction, saka sa division, hindi. Kung sinabing second radical, second radical. Kung sinabing first radical, first radical. Sa addition at subtraction, okay lang kahit sino ang mauna. Para lang yung 2 plus 3, ang sagot dyan 5. Kahit nagawin ko yung 3 plus 2, ang sagot pa rin dyan ay 5. Pero kung meron akong 2 times 3, ang sagot dyan 6. Kahit mauna ko si 3 times 2, ang sagot pa rin dyan ay 6. Kaya okay lang, ha? Now, for number 8, we have here, the fourth root of 32, and then the fourth root of 162. So, para makuha natin ito, yung number 8, alam naman natin na ang base nito ay 2. Diba? So, let's have this one. Ano kaya ang nito? Ang fourth root nito? So, we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. 32 ito, di ba? Pero dahil kailangan natin ng fourth root, 4 lang, which is 16. Okay? Times 2. Ibig sabihin, itong 16, makukuha natin yung fourth root niya, which is 2. So, we have here 2 fourth root of 2. Nagets ba ito, ha? Okay. Now, for 162, alam naman natin ngayon, or alam na natin ngayon, na yung isang factor nito ay 2. Diba? So, i-divide natin para makuha natin yung isa pang factor niya. 162 divided by 2. So, you have 8. And then, 16. Bring down 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2, 0. So, 81. Ha? So, you will have here now the fourth root of 162. Is equal to the fourth root of 81 times 2. Ano ngayon ang fourth root ng 81? Mahuhulaan nyo ba? O mata-trial and error nyo ba? Siyempre, yung 2 hindi na. O di try mo yung 3. O sige, try natin yung 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 81 ba to? 3 times 3? 9 times 3, 27 times 3, 81. So, tama. May fourth root ang 81 natin, which is 3. So, ito magiging 3 and then fourth root of 2. So, ito, lalagay ko lang dito. Ang dalawang radicals no ay 2 fourth root of 2, saka 3 fourth root of 2. Okay, now, let's have the sum. Kaya na ba natin i-shortcut dito, ha? O, hindi ko na isusulat yung solution dahil sa dami naman na ng ginagawa kong sum, siguro naman alam nyo na. I-add lang ito, 2. Sulat ko, 2. We have here fourth root of 2 plus 3, and then fourth root of 2. So, you just add 2 plus 3, 5, and then copy this one. So, you have 2 and then fourth root. O, ayan na, ha? Okay, for subtraction, we have to subtract the first radical with the second radical with the first radical. Okay, so, subtract the first radical from the second radical pala. So, we have here 3 square root fourth root of 2 minus 2 fourth root of 2. Okay, 3 minus 2 is 1. So, no need to write. Kaya copy na lang yung may radical. So, yan na yung sagot. For the product, okay, we have this one. Wait. Ayan. So, we have, what's that? 3 fourth root of 2 times 2 fourth root of 2. Ayan. So, 3 times 2, you have 6. 2 times 2 is a 4. So, you have the fourth root of 4. Dahil wala naman ng fourth root ang 4, yan na yan. Okay, for division, sige, we have here the 3, fourth root of 2. Medyo nakakabulol lang, no? Kasi lalo na pag sanay ka sa square root ang sabihin. And then 2, fourth root of 2. So, obviously, kakancel ko lang to. Ang matitira ay 3 over 2. Ayan na. Okay, for number 9, we have here the cube root of 40 and the cube root of 145. So, ano kayang factor ni 80? Ni 40 ang may cube root. Obviously, ang may mga cube root ay, sige, sabihin natin dito, 8, 27, yan, may mga cube root yan. Pero dahil 40 lang naman to, okay na tayo dyan. So, sino pipiliin natin dyan? Ano kaya dyan ang pwedeng factor ni 40? E di yung 8, kaya magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng cube root ng 40 is equal to 8 times, dapat siya ay nasa loob. So, we have the cube root of 8 times 5. Okay? Ano ngayon ang cube root ng 8? Dahil ang 8 ay 2 times 2 times 2, 1, 2, 3. Ibig sabihin, 2 yun. Ilalabas natin yung 2, maiiwan sa loob si 5. So, we have 2 cube root of 5 for 40. Now, for 35 naman, cube root of 135. Dahil alam naman natin na 5 dapat yung nasa radicand niya para same sila, i-divide natin yung 135. 135 divided by 5, you have 2, and then you have 10, and then 35. 35 divided by 5 is, what? 7, and then 7 times 5 is 35, and then we have 0. Since itong 27 ay ito to, so may cube root din siya. Ano? 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3, 27. So, ang cube root niya ay 3. Ha? So, we have the cube root of 27 here times 5. And then, ang cube root ng 27 ay 3. And then, cube root of 5 kasi maiiwan pa ito. So, we have here 2 cube root of 5 and 3 cube root of 5. Okay. For the sum, let's see. Enter ko lang. Ayan. So, we have here, what's that? 2 cube root of 5 plus 3 cube root of 5. So, simply, shortcut na tayo dahil pareho lang naman yan. I-add na natin. 2 plus 3, you have 5. And then, copy ito kasi pareho naman, di ba? Ayan. So, that's the answer for addition. Now, for subtraction, subtract the first radical from the second. So, yung second muna, ayan yan, minus 2 cube root of 5. So, subtract lang natin, 3 minus 2, that's 1. No need to write again. And then, you have this one. Ngayon, kung hindi naman lumabas 1 sa inyo or 2 yung lumabas, do you write 2, ha? Huwag isipin na baka mali kayo kasi iba yung lumabas sa akin, ha? Depende kasi yan sa given, mga anak. Oh, now, ang product natin ngayon ay magiging 3 cube root of 5 multiplied by 2 cube root of 5. Okay, so we have here 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times 5 is 25. So, you have the cube root of 25. Ang 25 ay walang cube root ha, kasi 27 yung may cube root. Kaya siya na yung answer. Now, divide the second radical by the first. So, we have 3 cube root of 5 over 2 cube root of 5. Okay? So, cancel lang ito. Ang matitira ulit ay 3 over 2. Aba, nasaktong puro 3 over 2 ang sagot ko ha. Ayan, let's have number 10, square root of 12, and square root of 300. So, i-reduce muna natin sila ha, kasi hindi pa sila pareho. So, yung square root of 12, kailangan natin humanap ng factors niya na yung isa may square root or mako-consider nating perfect square. So, we have there 4 times 3. Kasi si 4, perfect square siya. So, ano ang square root ng 4? You have 2. square root of 3. Maiiwan ito sa loob kasi hindi siya perfect square. So, yan na yan. Now, for 300 naman, since alam natin na dapat ang radicand din yan ay 3, 300 divided by 3. So, you will have here the square root of 3 times 100. Since ang square root of 3 ay wala, maiiwan sa loob, pero si 100 meron. And that is 10, di ba? Kasi 10 times 10 is 100. So, you will have here 10 square root of 3. So, you will have here 2 square root of 3 and then 10 square root of 3. Now, let's have the sum. 2 square root of 3 plus 10 square root of 3 is simply adding 2 plus 10. So, you have 12 square root of 3. Okay, copy lang ha. Kaya dapat parehong radicand at index kasi kinakopy lang natin yun. Ngayon, kung hindi sila pareho, ulit, bawal i-add. Subtract the first radical with the second radical. So, 10 square root of 3 minus 2 square root of 3. It follows also sa subtraction. So, 10 minus 2 is 8 square root of 3. O, yan yung answer. For letter C, find the product. So, you have 2 square root of 3 times 10 square root of 3. 2 times 10 is 20. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9. Pero alam nyo na may square root ang 9. Ano? 3. So, 20 times 3 is 60. Minumultiply ha. And then, for letter D, you have to divide the second radical by the first radical. So, 10 square root of 3 over 2 square root of 3. Okay, so cancel lang ito. 10 divided by 2 is a 5. Ngayon mga anak, kung sa fraction hindi pa rin tayo parehas ha, okay lang iyon ha. Kung kayang i-divide, i-divide. Kung hindi kayang i-divide, wag i-divide. Wag mangamba. Kasi ganun talaga ang procedure. Yay! Natapos din natin itong operations of radicals ninyo dyan sa learning task number 1 ninyo. Ngayon, kung nagustuhan nyo ang video na ito, kahit medyo nakakapagod at nakakapagod din para sa inyo kasi ang haba ng pinanood nyo. Pero sana may natutunan kayo. Mag-comment kayo dyan, ha? Simpleng thank you lang will always make my heart happy, ha? So, let's spread the love of math. Thank you and bye!